Phil, your days are done. We know that you've been committing tax fraud, and we are going to get you. Ha ha ha.
People who had came by and were very positive and engaged and supported the podcast. And as soon as the podcast ended and I started playing Call of Duty, it ended. I'm not even kidding you. No one actually supported the stream in any way besides likes, all right, until the last half hour. 2.5 hours I was playing this game and no one cared. And it wasn't until the last minute one person tipped and one person did a super chat. And that was the entirety of the stream. I did nothing wrong for this to happen. Now, if that's not a case of showing how getting extra viewers for rage content does not equate to success, I don't know what is. I don't know what else would be a sign, right? At least for me. And again, this could be very different for other content creators, right? It could be that for them, bringing in rage viewers and stuff like that actually does support them and they're okay with it. For me, it's not. For me, I get success based off of people enjoying what we're doing, having positive interactions, positive engagement, because my philosophy has always been this. If I'm putting on a stream that feels safe, that feels fun, that's entertaining, that puts a smile on your face for whatever reason, but if I'm having a good time and you're having a good time, that's a reciprocation. We feel that on the stream. Sometimes we have fun, chill interactions. We have great discussion, okay? And while that's happening, people say, hey, I like this content. I want this content to continue to exist. I'm going to go ahead and go above and beyond and support it. And that's when support comes in. The shout outs. There's one final thing I will say. It's a running thing that I've been saying for many years. I'll say it again this morning, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, money talks. Money
what do I do?
Talks, right? People don't come and support my stream because I was playing Call of Duty and I had a rage fit at lag. No one's going to say, oh yeah, here's a tip because of that. Who would do that? Instead, they want to have a chill time with me, something that feels meaningful to them. That's when you get that, right? You're lying to yourself. So, after having yesterday's stream, here's the thing. I like Modern Warfare 3. I think I like it more than most people because a lot of people have completely crapped on this game and said, man, this game is a cash-in, rip-off this year. It's a piece of crap. You know what I'm saying? And just skip it. They're just a bunch of cash-grabbing assholes. Nothing that's said in that statement is false. Literally nothing. Modern Warfare 3 plays like Modern Warfare 2 with a few tweaks and new weapons. It's the same netcode. It's the same skill-based matchmaking. They didn't put any effort into it. It was a rushed-out game for money. 100%. It was pushed out to line the pockets of the people in charge, and they didn't give two shits about the quality of the game. That is a true statement, okay? But I'm having fun with it because it's a throwback to the original Modern Warfare 2 from 2009. The maps are ones that I've already played on. Excuse me. And in particular, all right, I'm just having a fun time having multiplayer like this in the rotation again. I haven't played a first-person shooter in a year since the last Call of Duty. It really is a shame there's no competition anymore. But it ain't like that anymore. It's just not. Most of the multiplayer games went the way of free-to-play, battle royale, team-based. They're nothing like they used to be. And because of that, because they're all the same, these games have lost their originality, and there's one dominant game in the FPS landscape, Call of Duty on console. That's it. No one else really plays anything else on console besides Call of Duty when it comes to FPS. On PC, it's different. But on console, that's the dominant genre. That's the dominant game in that genre. That's all you can play, right? So it's like, I enjoy playing it just because, for me, that's really the only major option that I really enjoy playing on console. That's it, right? There's nowhere else to go. There's no other game to play in place of Call of Duty, right? So I enjoy it. But after playing it for a month, by the way, it's about 30 hours I've put into Modern Warfare 3 since it released in early November. That's a lot of gameplay for 1 month for any game. Hell, if it was a single-player RPG, 30 hours in 1 month is a lot. So I put a lot of time into this, okay? I feel like, definitely, sadly, there definitely is a lack of interest. People are bored of it now. And it's funny because it's not like I've done everything. Like yesterday, I was trying to get kills with the pistol. And I was actually the best player on my team multiple times, limiting myself to using the handgun. And I'm not good at this game. I don't think I am, but here I am dominating the leaderboards. So you tell me how this game works, that people suck so bad that I could win entire matches just using a handgun. So I think there's more to do. But when I see literally an entire stream of people not talking about the game, completely turned off from it, doing their own thing, not engaging, not even addressing me or anything that's going on in the stream, and then the support is non-existent. That's a sign. People want something else. And to be frank, for over 2 weeks, every day I get someone asking me, hey Phil, what's the next playthrough? What's the next game? I'm tired of this stuff. When's the next one? What's the new one? What's the next one? Right? So I think it's time. I think now it is time to move on. It is time for us to say, all right, we've seen what this game had to offer. It was good for when it lasted, but it's time to move on to other stuff. All right? So, as a result of yesterday's stream, yeah, we're going to move on. We're going to do some new stuff this week, and I'm curious how it's going to go. I hope it goes well, because you guys for over 2 weeks have been asking me for something new, so I'm going to give it to you. Okay? Hey, money is money. One thing I'd say about it, money is money. Excuse me. So, what are we doing for this week? Let's talk, because now the schedule is dramatically different, all right? But by the way, before we continue on to the schedule for the week, you want to talk about a direct comparison between a stream that had high attendance but low engagement and support versus a stream that had lower attendance but incredibly high engagement and support. Let's talk about last night's late stream of Like a Dragon Gaiden. Now, I'm not here to say this happens every time we play Like a Dragon Gaiden. It doesn't, all right? But in particular, last night, we had about, 200 to 250 people on the Like a Dragon Gaiden stream last night. And what did we do? It was completely open world content, side missions that we were doing. They all had interesting plot lines. Some were funny. Some were way more dramatic and serious. One was a crossover mission with another game from the Ryugo Godoko, the RGG studio. I don't know how to say their name, but it was a crossover mission, which was really neat. Okay. So last night, of the over 200 people that showed up, literally everyone's hanging out, everyone's talking in chat, having a good time. We got people talking about Japanese culture and the game in particular. We got people talking about other games in the genre. We got people just having conversations that are fun.
Men who never eat pork bun have very limp dick. Very limp dick. Oh, yes. Pork bun make you very virile.
Everyone's just hanging out and having a great time, right? And it's a completely different vibe and atmosphere from the Call of Duty stream. Because everyone's engaged, where, it's more meaningful, in my opinion. It's a better stream. What ends up happening? Let's see. Because of the positivity, people say, I want to support this content because it's great. We hit our members goal for the day. We hit the tier 2 tips goal for the night. It's like, did I do anything different? Of course I didn't. I'm just playing a different game. It's a different vibe. There you go. Now, I'm not saying I want to take multiplayer games out of my rotation either. That's not what I'm saying. Don't get me the wrong way, because this is what idiots do. They say dumb shit, like wage quitting and shit like that. That's totally not the case. There are games that I've kept in the rotation, RPGs that don't get this level of support, that I've kept in the rotation regardless. I mean, that entire Chrono Trigger playthrough I did over the summer was one of the slowest playthroughs I did in ages. But I love the game, and I just had passion for it, and I wanted to play it regardless of how much it was supported. All right, people will say dumb shit like that because they're morons. Now, the funniest part about that is, I just want you to think about this for a second. Let's say you go to work and you put in a day's work. At the end of the day, you're told, well, you're just not getting paid today. And then you go to work the next day and you're told, well, you're also not getting paid for today. But then the next day you go in, okay, this is the third day I feel like you're going to get paid today, right? Would you keep going to that job? Who fucking cares? I mean, it's a business as well as my hobby. You understand that? And I'm not entitled to anything. I'm not entitled to people coming to any particular stream and saying, oh, Phil, I feel generous today. I'll give you everything. I'm not entitled to that. That's not how this model works. But I've explained to you guys tons of times, very matter-of-factly, how this model works. My whole purpose being on any stream is to put out content for you that you find enjoyable, entertaining, positive, fun, engaging, and the hope is that you like it so much and you understand that the only way that you can keep it going is to support it, is that you would eventually maybe support in some way, right? And everyone could support in a different way, and that's fine. But it's always worked out for 15 years that the support I get is enough to keep things going, right? So, and of course I've had to change and evolve over the times, but that's how it works, right? Yeah, I'm not going to continuously keep doing anything on my streams if no one wants it and no one's supporting it. That would be incredibly stupid. I'd have to be an actual moron. And for someone to spin it and say, wage quit, that's bad. No, you're just stupid. No, legitimately, anyone who's ever said that phrase is actually a complete brainless moron. Because you would go to work, just think about this. You would go to your job and work several days and just say, I'm doing it for free. No, you have to pay your bills. You have to make a living, just like everyone else on this planet. You're an idiot if you would go and do it for free. You're a complete idiot. So if you say that statement, you're the dumbest person I've ever talked to. Congratulations.